Well, it's ended at Turf Moor, Newcastle United 3, Burnley 1. And I've got to say, it wasn't the prettiest of performances. The first 7 minutes of the game was brilliant for us Newcastle United fans, opening the scoring 2-0 up within 7 minutes in. But then we sort of stepped back a bit, and I'm not a fan of this new approach that we seem to be seeing a lot, this season. We've been seeing it a lot where we'll go up in a game and then we'll sit back and we'll start to defend and we'll try to hold on to the lead. It just doesn't work for me, and I'm sure it doesn't work for other people as well. We want to see we're constantly hitting that attack. Yes, we do have to defend at times, obviously, because that is the aim of the game. But I mean, when there's goals there, the team is open enough to go and get the goals and be able to extend that lead more, then we should be doing it. And Burnley were, still well open once we got them 2 goals in the first 7 minutes of the game, so we should have continued to keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. We need to be more aggressive like we used to be. We need to be showing a lot more fight and a lot more bait like we used to as well. I think we've become a lot more civilized about the way we're going to games. We're going in taking the lead and then we're trying to sit back and we're trying to defend it, and that's not our game. That's not our way of doing things. We're an intense team, just hitting teams hard, going in there, no respect whatsoever, and just bashing teams right, left and centre for to get the wins. That is what we need to be doing with the defending in there when the time calls for it. But not to make it negative, vidIQ, I don't want to make it that way, because we've ended 2025 with what I've wanted would end 2025 with, which was 3 points in the bag. A pretty good win down at Turf Moor, but just looked a little bit sticky at times, especially when they got their goal back, which, to be honest, was purely down to, in my opinion, the fact that we was sitting back a bit too much, defending a bit too much, and then Rob Jones stuck his nose in a little bit there as well, telling Nicky Pope to wait a minute when he was trying to take the goal kick, and then going, well, hurry up then, when, he'd already told him to wait a bit. It's just a typical thing that we see a lot with the referees. But enough about the refs, of course, because it's about the win. It's about going into this game, doing what we wanted, what us Newcastle United fans wanted to see, is the lads win. We've done it tonight, down at Turf Moor. We've got the 3 points in the bag, and we've ended 2025 off with a brilliant win, heading into a run of now 4 home games in a row, 2 in the league, 2 in the cups, against, of course, Palace and Leeds in the league, Bournemouth and Man City in the cups, and that is a massive way to start 2026 off. That is, of course, the last game of this year for us Newcastle United fans, and I've got to say I'm really happy that we've gotten the win there. I'm really happy that it did come away as a win for Newcastle United, with Joe Linton getting on the score sheet, the first goal he's scored in over a year now. So absolutely chuffed to bits for him to be getting on the score sheet again. And I thought Joe Linton looked absolutely brilliant in the game. A bit daft with his situation with Kyle Walker. He stepped into it a bit too much there. I thought, he should have really not been wound up by Kyle Walker. We know what Walker does. We know what he was playing at there. And unfortunately, Joe Linton, with his usual temperament that he's got, fell for the trap and ended up getting himself a yellow card. But thankfully, he managed to stay out the game without picking up a second. And Wissa getting, of course, on the score sheet again. Another start as well for Wissa. He's looking like an absolutely amazing player, and hopefully, we'll see a lot more starts. But I really do still wish, Eddie would play Voltmade behind Johan Wissa. We had a chance in the game again tonight there to see, Voltmade coming in behind Wissa when Joe Linton was on the yellow card. Maybe, take him off and put Voltmade in there, push Voltmade behind Wissa, then we'll get to see, you know, what I think will be a huge move for us going forward, kind of like that Sandro Tonali going into the 6 and Bruno moving into the 10 role, like we're seeing, of course, last season, when that massively helped with. And I think that'll be a similar thing here, you know, if we see Voltmade going into that 10 behind Wissa. But we're yet to see it by Eddie when he does it. If he does it, who knows? But I know for a fact that it will massively help us. Let us know what you think about that down in the comments below, of course, as well. Burnley got their goal back and got themselves a little chance at getting back into the game when, of course, it was 2-1 through Josh Laurent, who scored their goal in the game. That was, of course, a moment where it was just, you know, one of them situations that we've seen a lot this season going on. But we got there in the end. The winning goal, of course, and the goal that sealed it, made it 3-1, was an error by our former goalkeeper, Martin Dubravka. Dubs making a mistake as he come running out of the box. The Burnley defender getting in his way, both of them clattering into each other, both mixed signals. Bruno manages to grab the ball, thinks nothing of it, just smashes the ball towards goal, curves it in, and it's 3-1 Newcastle United. And that is what we want to see. Newcastle winning games away. We want to see ourselves going up that table. And I've got to say, I thought we played really, really well. Just apart from their moments where we seem to take the lead and then just sit back and defend, it's just really, really frustrating to watch, especially when you've watched Eddie Howe's team, you know, where it's the high intensity in press, you know, football, and then we're having to see this kind of version of Eddie Howe's team. It's a little bit frustrating to watch when you want to see, you know, the team high intensity pressing, getting in there, getting in teams' faces and doing stuff like that. And that's what, you know, we've got to see points again tonight, which was nice to see. But Joelinton, 200th appearance, getting a goal for it as well. Into a really great start in a really great game by Joelinton, and Nicky Pope, of course, in goal again tonight, putting in a really good game as well. But let us know your thoughts. Hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel. And a happy new year to everybody, and I'll see you all for the next one. However, lads.